back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do a cut crease look, a very warm brown, like my type of eye makeup look. And this is what I came up with. I am pretty pleased on how my makeup looks. Yeah, I can say that. So if you want to see how I got from 0 to 100, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I already primed my eyes and did my eyebrows off camera. And for today's look, I will be using this Tarte, what is it called? Tarteist Pro palette. And I think I'm gonna use like 3 or 4 shades from this palette. So let's get started. Okay, so the first shade I'll be using is this one here. This is called Innocent, and it's a warm, like a brownish color, and I'll be using this one for my transition shade. And the brush I'm using is the same I'm always using, the Sigma E40. Before I am going to do the rest of the eye makeup, I am going in with the color Glam. This is the color Glam. I am going to use this one for my brow bone highlight, and I'm using a, what is this? A MAC 242 brush. Then I'm going to take this color here, which is a brown orange warm color, and it's called Whimsy, and I'm applying this one with the same brush, the Sigma E40. And I'm really blending this color into my upper crease, going back and forward. I want this look to be extremely blended because I'm going to do some sort of a cut crease, not an entire cut crease, but I don't know. I have something in mind. Let's see if it works out. And to deepen it up a little bit more, I'm going to use this color in my lower crease. This is a very nice matte, like wine shade, and it is called Drama. And for this, I am going to use the MAC 221 brush, which is a kind of like a smaller blending brush, because I don't want this color to be like in my entire crease, but just a little bit lower, like in my lower crease. Because I wanted to add a little bit more brown into my upper crease, I am going to take the color Edgy, which is a very nice chocolate brown color, and I'm going to use the Sigma E40 brush again. Don't mind about the eyeshadow going here, I'm going to fix that later, so that's okay. That's why I never, like almost never, apply my foundation first, because I know I am going to mess it up, and that way I could just, you know, clean it up with my foundation and my concealer, which I'll be applying later on. Okay, so now that the eyeshadow is done, well, almost done, and it looks like a total mess, but it will all come together, I am going to cut my crease, and for this I am using this Anastasia E28 brush and the MAC Select Cover Up Concealer in the color NC35. And I am taking a little bit of this concealer. Let's see if I can do this on camera. And as you can see, I'm really lifting my eyebrows because I want my eyelids to be as tight as possible. Otherwise, you won't be able to get that straight line. So that's why I'm going like this. If you're doing a cut crease and you're using this method, please, you know, stop and look in the mirror and see if the line is going the way you want it to be. I cannot go like this. It just doesn't work for me. I really have to take my time when doing a cut crease. And I'm going to stop talking because I cannot do this. Okay, so that's about it, and I am going to stay like looking downwards, because if I look forward, my concealer will touch like the upper part of my eye, and I don't want that, so that's why I'm looking downwards. And then I am taking a, what am I going to take? Let's take this MAC 231 brush, which is actually a lip brush, but I'm going to take this to apply the concealer on my eyelid. Okay, so now that the concealer is on, I'm going to keep looking downwards because there is a lot of wet concealer on my eyelids, and I'm going to set it with some translucent powder, and I'll be using the RCMA. It looks so weird because I'm talking and I'm looking at a table. It's weird, but yes, I am applying a generous amount of translucent powder because there is a lot of concealer on my eyes, so there is a lot to set. Okay, so now I'm going to take the 242 brush again and the color Glam. The color I use for my brow bone highlight. By the way, I didn't take my cut crease all the way up to here. I stopped about here, like underneath the arch of my eyebrows, because I don't want it to be like going all the way, just on this part of my eye. Then I'm taking the Sigma Shader crease brush, which is a very tiny, small brush. And I'm going back in with the color Fudge, the chocolate color. And I am applying this like right above the area where I cutted my crease. What is happening to my voice? It's early, guys, it's early. Just to make it a little bit more intense, I am going to wet my brush, and I decided that I wanted to have that glam also here. So I'm actually going over the color Fudge because I didn't like the way it looked. So then it's time to move on to eyeliner, and I'm going to use the Inglot 77 eyeliner. This is not really a good eyeliner day. What is happening? Jeez. Okay, so I switched to the NYX liquid liner for the inner part, and I don't know what is happening to me. This is not a good eyeliner. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it like this because yeah, this is the liner I gotta work with today. I don't know. I am a huge eyeliner fan, and I know I can apply eyeliner, but sometimes you have those days where eyeliner just doesn't work with you, eyeliner doesn't like you, eyeliner really hates you, and that is what happened today. Okay, so I quickly did my other eye off camera, and I grabbed my beloved MAC 210 brush to do my eyeliner. To be honest, it was just laziness because it was upstairs and I didn't want to go there to grab it. But I am never using another brush again because it just doesn't work for me. Okay, time for lashes, and I am using, oh wait a second, I don't even know what I'm using. Let's add the glue first. These are Huda Beauty mink eyelashes in the style Raquel? Raquel? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so now it's time to move on to the face. And to prime my face, I am going to use a little bit of the Benefit Professional Primer, but only around the areas where I have bigger pores and where I'm going to highlight my face. Because if I don't do that, the highlighter is just going to make my pores highlighted. Yeah, this makes sense, right? So I'm just gonna apply it on those areas. For the rest of my face, I'm using this Marc Jacobs Invisible Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer. Jeez. Okay, this is my first time using it. I bought it in France. Let's see. So the foundation I'm using is by NARS. I believe this is the new, I don't know if it's new, but it's new, going to be orange. I don't know, we'll see. And if it's going to be too orange, I'll be fine. I'm just gonna fix it with some lighter concealer with a lot of yellow tones. It's not that bad, right? And for concealer, I am using the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, which looks like this, and I have the color medium 2. Oh, that's full coverage. is my first time trying this concealer and so far, so good. That's pretty. That looks very pretty, this concealer. Like it. And to set the concealer, I am using the RCMA translucent powder. And to contour my face, I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Matte Bronzer and my beloved brush Morphe M530. To be honest, I have this one, but I have a mini version of it. And this one is my sister's. She bought it also in Sephora, but I just took hers. I don't know where mine is. I have a big one, I have a small one, but I'm just a mess and I lose makeup. And that's not a good thing because these things are expensive. And to highlight, I'm using this Fenty Beauty Hustler Baby. Whew, that is really, really pretty. You know what? I'm not going in with blush today. I don't feel like using blush. This is the same Too Faced bronzer, but then a bigger brush, just to bronze the hell out of my skin. Ugh, hair. Okay, let's move back to the eyes. What kind of brush am I going to use? I'm going to use the Sigma E30 brush, and the first two colors I use in my crease, which are Innocent and a Whimsy, and I'm going to mix those two colors together. You know, I hate doing my under eyes. Ow! I have contact, so when I apply eyeshadow, oh my god, I'm crying. So when I apply eyeshadow underneath my eyes, it goes into my eye and my eyes are burning like hell, just like they do right now. Because every time I do this, I get eyeshadow in my eyes. And for people who are wearing contacts, you know, that's not a nice feeling. The struggle is real, you guys. If anyone tells you that makeup is not painful, then the person is lying, because this hurts. My eyes are burning. Story of my life. I don't know, I feel like my face is missing something. More bronzer. And I am going to use that same bronzer to sculpt up my nose. And I am using a smaller blending brush. This is the Sigma E25. I'm not applying a lot, just a little bit, just to define the nose a little bit more, like so. Okay guys, so if anything goes wrong, I had to take out my contacts because my eyes were burning. There was eyeshadow on top of my contacts, and I tried to use another one because I had my daily lenses, but just didn't work. So I'm legally blind right now, but let's see if I can work with it. But I am going to apply more of that eye kohl. Now I can apply it like I want it to be, because I couldn't do that because my eyes were burning. Yeah, like so. I have to get real close now because, you know, can't see. I am adding a little bit of that fudge eyeshadow because my under eyes were too warm if I compared it to like my eyeshadow on my eyes, and I really wanted to have like this smoked out lower lash line. I have a mirror here, but I'm like, I think it's fine. Just adding a little bit of mascara, and for mascara I'm using the Pro Beyond Twisted Lash by MAC. And to highlight the inner corner of my eyes, I am going to use that Fenty Beauty eyeliner. Just popping it here. Does it show? Oh yeah, it does. I feel like my highlighter is disappearing. You know what? Let's do it like this. Oh, there we go. You were lost, baby. Just a little. Okay, so now I'm taking this big brush. There is no powder on it, but I'm just going over my face because There was a lot of fallout, so I don't want to have a glittery face. Okay, now it's time for lips. I actually wanted to do a nude lip, but then I thought, okay, it's almost fall, so maybe I have to go with a very, I don't know, dark red lip. I have gems with me. Or I'm gonna mix these two. Nude it is. Okay, so I am going in with Ashton by Anastasia, and I'm going to mix it with Pure Hollywood. Okay, last but not least, let's set the face. Oh, it smells like sweet. This is really like a mist because there's not a lot of product coming out, and I really like that because it's not so wet. Love it.